Speaking of appealing to mass audiences, did you see what happened with the novel Old Man and the Sea?
No.
You know the book The Old Man and the Sea, Ernest Hemingway, right?
Yeah.
It's literally classic literature heralded
It's
forever.
been cancelled.
Story of one man's heroic struggle against the elements and often viewed as a metaphor for life itself.
Yeah.
But Ernest Hemingway's classic novel, The Old Man and the Sea, is the latest victim of today's woke standards, with students warned that it contains graphic fishing scenes. Look at his face!
What is it? What does that mean?
So I'll read the article. Successive TV and film adaptations of the 1952 classic has been awarded UNPG certificate suitable for children, but a content warning has been issued to history and literature students at the University of the Highlands and Islands in Scotland, an area renowned for its fishing industry. This... Don't make that face.
You're making
man.
me sick.
No. Basically, just given the nature of the book, the content warning. Hang on, I'm just trying to. Unable either to tie the giant fish to the back of the tiny vessel, haul it on the board, he proceeds to hold the line from it. Okay, so the novel tells the story of Santiago, an aging fisherman who catches an 18-foot marlin while sailing in his skiff off the coast of Cuba. Unable either to tie the giant fish to the back of the tiny vessel, haul it on board, he proceeds to hold the line for an unspecified number of days and nights. Despite suffering intense physical pain, Santiago feels compassion for the captured animal. Only when the fish begins to circle his craft does he reluctantly kill it, but then he's forced to fight with and kill several sharks intent on devouring the corpse. Santiago chastises himself for killing the marlin and tells the sharks they have killed his dreams before eventually making it to shore. Yeah? The scenes now are students that are reading it. Like the fans of the novel, which won the Pulitzer Prize for fiction, believe Santiago's battle with the forces of nature is a reference to Hemingway's own struggles, while others have seen the story of bloodshed, endurance, and sacrifice as a metaphor for Christianity. These are graphic scenes that students are now being warned about. Similarly, students studying Homer's The Iliad, written in the 8th century BC, and Beowulf, an English poem penned around 1025 AD, are warned that they contain scenes of violent, close combat. Mary Shelley's Frankenstein is flagged because it contains violent murder and cruelty. Students studying Shakespeare's Hamlet and Romeo and Juliet are warned that the play contains scenes of stabbing, poison, and suicide.
Like it's written word too, huh?
As university spokesman said, content warnings enable students to make informed choices.
They also banned Mouse.
What's Mouse?
It's a graphic novel that won Pulitzer Prize as well. It's based on the Holocaust, and it's portrayed by the Nazis are portrayed as cats, I think, and the Jews are portrayed as mice.
Okay, hang on, wait. Is it just a metaphor for the Holocaust, or
No,
is it actually the Holocaust?
It's actually the Holocaust.
Okay.
And it's just, I don't know, basically because I think there's nudity in it. It's a graphic novel, but it's mice.
I think I figured it out. It's a graphic novel, seemingly, to kindergartners. Is that what the issue is here? So it's a graphic novel, but it doesn't state like to who, right? We're talking about kids or something.
What?
Like it's
What he's talking about?
No, this one was university students.
These are novels.
These are novels. The Old Man and the Sea.
So
is
the
like a
images they
classic novel
picture
by
and what
Ernest
they
Hemingway.
picture in their own mind.
Have they never seen Jaws?
At this rate, I don't even think they've ever seen the outside of a house.
Okay, this is what I don't get.
I'm
right?
so confused.
People are jumping on this now to give students.
When was this article?
2 days ago.
Yeah, it's pretty recent. I heard something.
Yeah, 2 days ago.
kind of, yeah.
Dude, the story of Romeo and Juliet, aside from having murder and, violence and all that sort of shit, because they fight, Capulets and the Montagues fight.
Yeah,
through it.
They're gangs,
Yeah.
aren't they, basically? Weren't they
No, it's
gangs?
No,
families.
they're warring families.
But they're pretty much gangs, aren't they? They're killing each other.
No, but they've just warring. They're not killing anyone else. It's just a warring family
I don't believe that.
dispute. I think you're confusing the Baz Luhrmann reinterpretation of Ben
maybe.
Gaines.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah. Which, to his credit, I thought it was actually a pretty cool way to present the story.
Yeah, I think I'm thinking of that.
All right. As an adult, like watching it, obviously when I was a kid, I didn't think much of Leonardo DiCaprio and the whole story, so I didn't give a shit. But when I've watched it now, I thought it was actually well done.
So what were the actual families then?
Just socialites. Rich, well-to-do
Rich nobles that
nobles.
that just didn't like each other.
But the story itself, right? It's assumed that Romeo and Juliet spend the night together before one kills himself and then the other kills himself.
Spoilers.
Yes, 1,000 years after the.
I mean, come on, man.
1,000 years. 1,000. Seriously?
That was on my to-do list.
There's a guy somewhere with a book going, "Aww," just closing it. He's got in like 3 chapters.
I'll wait for the day you're like, and then he got crucified. Whoa, wait, whoa! I'm not up to that part yet.
We're going to get our first angry mail. We didn't ever put our address out.
On the 7th day, he rose. What?
What? You told me he was dead. Is that a second part?
Hang on. All right. The story, right, of Romeo and Juliet, I've always found this interesting. It's inferred that they, what's it called?
Copulated?
Copulate, right? It's inferred that there's consummation.
Yeah.
Romeo and Juliet were like 16 and 13 years old.
Based on real life. It's a real life story. Not even based in reality.
No, it was based on people in that
what
era.
What nationality were they?
Italian. No.
I think they were.
Were they?
I mean, the names are pretty...
French or Italian, I think.
Hang on.
Yeah,
I'll look it up. Hang on. Romeo and Juliet. Ethnicity. That's what I should be looking up.
Juliet.
Be French. Romeo
Montague. Yeah, he was Italian.
Oh.
Yeah, they're all Italian.
Okay.
Not so much that it's a reality, but it's like real. It appealed to the masses because it was like a relatable story.
Yeah.
Young people.
Yeah.
Things of But that's what it is. And
things of yesteryear.
But that's what I mean. No, but regardless, you could bring that forward to today. It's still just as relatable. You still got horn dog teenagers.
Oh yeah, 100%, and warring families.
Yeah.
That will kill for honor.
Schools are now saying that such a relatable story isn't relatable when it actually is.
Yeah. I'm just saying, where does it end? How far back are they going to take this cancel culture shit?
Well, so far they've taken back 1,000 years. No, 500 years. 600 years.
You can make up your mind.
Well,
800 years. 200 years.
Every time they get into history class, they'll be like, all right, we're learning something about 700. Let's go. New milestone.
Today.
Hang on, man. No, but
Machiavelli's been cancelled.
My Machiavelli.
I don't know.
We're back to Tupac, full circle. Speaking of which, you know what's interesting? I saw this.
Are we finished with that?
I keep going. I don't care.
Oh, I'm happy. It's all like.
It's sickening.
It is.
Yeah,
it is.
it is.
It is. It's, yeah. It's.
Like-
you shouldn't need to have like a warning before you watch something or consume it, like media.
No.
You shouldn't
Hang on. Because then you're saying that, we're throwing out PG and M.
No,
and R
I'm
ratings?
saying you shouldn't have to have a warning about this.
10 years from now, John's got like Scarface for his 5-year-old
No,
son.
I know what he's saying.
Enjoy.
He's saying the labels don't have like cancel culture warning.
Yeah, it shouldn't have to have a warning about this movie was made in the 40s in a different time that portrays a time in history that's based even further back where it displays different reactions to different races of people.
because they did that. Was it with Gone with the Wind?
Yeah.
Yeah, the black character was a slave or something.
Do you know how slavery
Do you know how I
involved
see
in it?
that opening with the Star Wars?
Yeah,
the scrolling text.
It goes longer than
The Wookiees are based on it.
It goes longer than the actual movie. It's just ridiculous. Like, and that's what I mean. They're not, I think a rational person is lost it.
This day and age, you get the scrolling text, but when it gets to the bottom of explaining it, it just ends.
Yeah.
There's no movie. There's no scenes.
The credits just automatically roll just straight into the credits.
Just straight into the credits.
Produced by, written by
George Lucas.
Man.
a rational thinking person with critical thinking can just watch something and realize, okay, this was a movie based in an era that's portraying a certain type of lifestyle.
Not necessarily lifestyle, but just social norms.
Social norms.
Yeah, not lifestyle. It's norms.
Yeah. It's how they got by.
Yeah. You'd think that, well...
It would work the same way, I guess, if they 100 years ago looks back, and 1,000 years ago looks back on now, they'd be like, the hell are you doing? What's that? I'm going to cancel it.
Well, you'd be cancelled.
Who, me?
Yeah.
Oh, instantly.
Now they'd hold him up as a god.
Revered. That photo of him with the headset and the shirt.
Who is Andy? And how did he get his hands in solid cement?
It's like so much smarter than his sister Lisa.
We know nothing about.
What's simple to him amazes us. He'll be our new guy.
It's just ridiculous.
You're such a dickhead. Look, it's going to come to a head. Like, it's not going to keep going. It's just going to get more and more
I think
ridiculous.
people are having enough of it. People are, like, sick of it. But I don't think there's enough pushback on it.
Let's take 5 movies from, like, the 80s that we would have grown up with, or even 90s. How many of them do you reckon would be cancelled if looked at critically?
Oh, all of them.
No, he's probably right.
All right, let's.
Seinfeld has been deemed problematic. You know, Seinfeld has been deemed
constantly.
problematic. Racist, homophobic,
What's homophobic?
gay jokes.
But hang on, they did a whole episode about that incorporated a gay joke, but they covered it by saying not that there's anything wrong with that the entire time.
Yeah.
They made a point of saying it wasn't the issue of the sexuality, the sexual preference, but the fact that they were being misconstrued as that, and it was creating an issue.
Mm-hmm.
But they made a point to highlight the fact that it wasn't the preference itself. What else could they get canned for?
There's numerous articles on it all over, all the time. Like, I've gone back to try and watch Seinfeld, doesn't hold up because of this and that.
I beg to differ. I watch it every day.
I know that they made a case about the Puerto Rican Day Parade.
Yeah.
I remember reading about that, and
Yeah.
I'm like, how? Like, Kramer in his stupidity accidentally lights a flag on fire, tries to put it out in the fastest way he can think of, and then gets chased for it.
Yeah.
There's the gay couple that always beats up Kramer.
They're the best. Cedric and Bob.
Yeah.
But, like...
Who is burning the flag?
Who doesn't want to win anyone?
The best... you know what I love about them, man? The fact that they're...
What's that noise?
That's the thing.
No.
The fact that they're street toughs, like they're they're thugs that rob him of an armoire. But the second they see it, it's like, oh, it's completely gorgeous. Pick it up, not from the bottom. And it's like, they had to make him gay.
Yeah.
Like, do you know what I mean? These guys are robbing Kramer, and it only became funny because they were these totally, like, effeminate sort of dudes.
And that's what I mean. That's why it's hilarious, but people wouldn't see it that way.
There would have been pushback, but even Seinfeld said, fuck him.
He doesn't care. He couldn't care less.
Yeah.
But there's people out there that, you know, give them a platform, they're going to cry about whatever they want.
But they didn't get it. They didn't get that taken off.
No.
Though.
Nothing's been taken down.
But that's what I'm saying. Do you reckon it's just okay? You know what?
As long as it's still making money, it will never get cancelled.
I had an argument with someone over some COVID conspiracy shit like a while back, right?
Yeah.
Here we go.
Relax. We're not getting into the whole thing. I'm just making a point.
Okay.
They were resharing like stuff, you know, like on their Instas and stuff. What?
Nothing. Go.
Stop trolling, man.
I'm not trolling.
See this bottle? This is heavy.
Oh, you finished? You want another one?
No, I don't.
Oh.
Why are you so keen on me to drink more water?
I'm just waiting for you to be like, I need to piss so bad.
I'm fine.
Did you want that other coffee?
No. You want it?
Maybe a bit later. Oh, maybe 10 minutes later.
I love how you're looking at me like I'm going to burst. I'm a seasoned pro as far as sticking out a bladder run, man, for work reasons,
not
etc. I know it's not good.
You're going to get
You
some
have
kidney
got
stones.
a thimble-sized bladder.
No, I just drink a lot.
You don't drink any more than I do.
I had a lot before I came here.
All right, man, calm down. You're making it out like you literally had like one of those super soaker backpacks and you were just squirting water.
I really want to get one.
Why?
Because I drink a lot of water.
You're going to walk around with a warm backpack full of water.
No, I'll chill it before.
But your body
I
runs
drink on
hot.
average 4 to 6 litres, man, a day. I drink a lot of water.
That can't be good.
No, it's great.
No. Remember they said that whole theory about too much water.
I don't retain water, that's why. It was keto.
You're not listening to what I didn't get to make my point.
Please, make your point.
They made that they had that whole study about how too much water flushes the body of natural toxins that should be already in there. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're not retaining anything.
Right. Yeah, I'm not. I know that.
How is that good?
Because the shit they put in this doesn't help us.
What?
The stuff they put in the water doesn't help. Like, it doesn't do anything.
Yeah, but you're not retaining any natural toxins that you should have.
No, I retain heaps. I just don't need to retain as much as... Like, I don't have enough... You retain because every 1 gram of carbs retains 3 grams of water. I don't have carbs, so I don't retain that much water. That's all it is. I still retain water. I just don't retain as much water. That's why when people diet and they lose water weight, that's what it is. That's where the water weight comes from.
Yeah, I know that.
Yeah.
The first weight that you lose is the water weight.
Yeah, but that's from the carbohydrates that you're lacking in that you normally would have. Every one expands into 3 grams. So that's why it becomes heavier.
Heavier. The air quotes.
I mean, it's fascinating to learn. I didn't know about it before I started this shit, but yeah.
You didn't know that your body retains water?
I didn't know about the carb to water ratio.
Oh.
Yeah. I didn't know that 1 gram of carb is like a sponge, retains 3 grams of water. I didn't know that part.
It's like when people start going to the gym and crash dieting and they lose that first bit of weight, like in 2-3 weeks, they've noticed massive results. Then they get disheartened because they don't lose as much weight from 3-4 weeks out.
Yeah.
You know? And you've got to explain to them, the carb to weight ratio, you've got to explain the fact that your body's attacking all
But
the
no one
fat.
ever teaches you that. Like, you have to, I would have thought you would learn that stuff.
By who? We didn't learn it in school.
That's what I mean. I would have thought you would learn. That seems pretty important to learn to make healthy decisions in the future.
We've had this discussion a lot of times, man. The things that we should have learned in school and the things that we do learn in school. Yeah? Anyway.
Please, your point.
My point about the COVID thing, right?
Oh, yeah.
She was sharing all this anti-COVID shit.
Who's this?
Just a random friend on social media. Yeah.
Did you end up blocking her?
Can you let me get to the end of this damn thing, man?
Oh, okay.
Ed.
Are you offering?
I'm going to bottle you. I'm just going to seriously just go,
all right.
And
tell us your pointless story. Tell us your point. It's getting hot in here.
She was sharing. I love how your pants are off. You know, you got your hair cut and you're still hot.
Shoes are off.
Can you pass me that coffee?
Yeah.
What I was saying was she'd shared a photo of like the simultaneous protests going on like across Australia. Yeah?
Make sure you shake it.
And she's been a very anti-COVID sort of person since the beginning. Why are you shaking your can?
He shook it once and then stopped and looked at me and then kept shaking.
For a split second, because you say can, subconsciously, I just thought, can, why am I shaking a can? It's going to blow up.
Yeah.
And then, it's just coffee.
Anyway, continue.
Okay. I love it's taking me like 10 minutes to get this point.
So your social media, talking about Corona.
She's sharing all these photos of the protests going on around Australia.
Right.
This is when we're still in sort of lockdown-ish esque sort of conditions. And she'd captioned it saying something like, over 1 million people have attended these rallies across Australia. Is that not enough to see, that you're wrong, la, la, la?
No, the population's 23 million.
Well, I fired back. I said, we're at nearly 25 million population.
Yeah.
That is not...
Even near a majority of people.
That is nowhere near a smidgen of a majority, of an idea of a majority of people.
How much was the number?
Like 1 million people had attended rallies across Australia.
Could be the same 20,000 is going from place to place to place.
Yeah. Just bussing them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what's that, like 0.2% of the population? Something like that. Anyway, go on.
Okay, well, think about it. 1%. What's 1% of 25 million?
2.5.
Hence, the maths.
But we're not... Yeah, but it's less than that.
2.5%.
Yeah, no, it's less. I thought he said... How much... how many people did you say?
A million.
A million. Oh, 1 million people attended the rally.
Rallies.
Oh, rally. Okay. Around Australia.
Yeah.
Right. So we're... Okay, so my apologies. All right, go on.
And I said, that's nowhere near a majority number.
Yeah.
To warrant any... Okay, if 22 million people rocked up, if 18 million people rocked up, then there's something to talk about. Simple as that.
Oh, even if 10 million, yeah, like...
10 million people, you're nearly at 50%, right? Yeah. That's enough to say, you know what?
Something's wrong.
We need to look at this.
Yeah.
That's how democracy works. You live in a democratic country. And thanks to democracy, you can sit here and...
But how accurate is that number?
Complain.
Well, it's not. It's whatever they thought. Like, according to Trump, he had the biggest inauguration crowd ever. Photos clearly show otherwise.
Yeah.
Yeah? But his press secretary went down in flames, declaring that it was the biggest crowd. At the same time, I had a mate the other day, send me screenshots of CNN, and then someone else CNN showing an article about the war showing with an image, and then another fact check.
I've heard that there've been in 24 hours there was like 5 articles published that had images that were like over 10 years old.
Yeah, but then when we sent it to me, right, because it had the original and the comparison of the new one or whatever. So I've just Googled it, literally the same wording in the article, whatever, and it's come up saying, yeah, this is a hoax. It's been circulated. We traced it back to some Reddit thread or some shit.
Yeah.
It's a hoax. Like, and CNN released a thing saying that's nothing to do with us. Someone's released a hoax. Send it back to my mate. I go, dude, that's a hoax. It literally took me 2 seconds to search it. Fires another one through to me. Yeah? Another image-based one.
But what is he saying? What's he saying?
Because he's an anti sort of COVID sort of restriction guy as well.
But what's it got to do with CNN?
With the war.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was talking about in the scheme of fake news. He's always sent me this sort of stuff.
Okay.
And he sent me another one with like a pre and a post. This is the original. This is they're circulating now. And my next words were, man, that's Newsmax. I go, that's Trump's mouthpiece in the States. I go, that's the extreme far right. I go, you've been supporting them and their crappy theories like this the last 2 years. Now I go, did you even read the source? And that was the end of the conversation regarding it. Do you know what I mean? The fake news thing is real. Hoaxes go out.
Yeah.
Like, anyone can believe anything because of the internet. But it takes 2 seconds to fact check something further than what the initial thing is.
I mean, 4chan's literally built for that. Just to play on these people who are manipulated so easily by this conspiracy stuff. They manipulate people.
They manipulate things. Sorry?
I don't sit on 4chan, so
No, but I mean, it's so easy to just stumble across it and see. Yeah.
Why do you assume I'm the one that's the expert on 4chan?
Because I assume you take part of it.
Ooh.
When he's on the crapper.
I can neither confirm nor deny that.
He read the paper back to back, and now it's like, well, what do I do now? I'm still working out this burrito.
And then he just turns around. Did you know the sun is imploding right
one
now?
Of the best reactions ever on the media was when remember when they had that celebrity cloud hack and all their like
the fappening.
The fappening when the fappening occurred.
The fappening
and all the
Jennifer Lawrence.
Was it Jennifer Lawrence?
It was Jennifer Lawrence.
I don't know who was in. I don't know about the celebrities.
He's got his finger at his lip.
I don't know about the celebrities involved.
He's never looked so refined in his life. It was Jennifer Lawrence.
But what happened was when all these celebs got their pictures leaked, I don't know which news channel it was. It was like a morning show, and they were talking about like how they had been leaked through 4chan. And then, like, the host had no idea what she was talking about. It's like, so we don't know who this 4chan is or what he's doing. Thinking, like, the name was 4chan. Like, like...
Some Chinese guy.
Some Chinese
guy. 4chan.
Oh, it's so gold. But they have manipulated, one of the funniest things they've ever done was when they found that flag that, what's the guy from, the Do It meme? What's he's that actor?
The guy that
he was in Transformers. The first two.
Who?
Do it. I can't remember his name.
I'll look it up. Hang on. Do it meme.
You know who it is. He was
Shia LaBeouf.
Yeah, that's it.
What meme?
Do it. Just do it.
Yeah. Okay. Hang on.
I think when was it? I don't know if it was Trump first got elected. I don't know, or it had something else to do. And he put up a flag. Yeah, he put up a flag.
Shia.
And it was something in regards like a protest to something. As a protest.
Why? Sorry.
He put up a flag as a protest for something. I don't remember what it was.
Okay.
And he kept cracking the sads because people kept taking it down. So he hid in an unknown location so no one could take it down. So 4chan, with all that brain power, gets together through like star constellations and charts and like looking at where the sky is at the time, because he then just put it on the channel on YouTube, whatever, Twitch, and just had it streaming for 24 hours all the time. So through that, just that stream, they located where it was through the charts and all that.
As in through the stream, you could see the sky.
Yeah, so geopolitical, like not political, geo positioning and all that.
Yeah.
They found it and they took it down.
Are you serious? So what is 4chan essentially then?
It's just an anonymous forum That's all it is. But
Okay.
But
houses
it's an
everything.
old school
It houses everything.
It's like one of the OGs. One of the OGs.
Yeah. And it houses everything from like dark, disgusting stuff to like current modern stuff. Kid stuff.
I
Yeah.
love his voice perked up at the end.
It's
And,
the original troll.
Yeah. And so they latch onto something and then they'll try and circulate it. Say, all right, let's say, so they started a trend. I think it was a German runic symbol. And basically they said, let's start sharing this rune around, try and get young kids to start getting it tattooed on onto their necks.
Yeah.
And they did it. And I don't know how many kids started popping up on TikTok and everything with this German rune. Turns out it's a Germanic rune that has something to do with the Nazis.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hang on.
I've got a top 5 if you want to go through them.
But yeah, they basically,
All right.
yeah.
Yeah, go for it.
So we got top 5. Okay.
Do you want to bring it up here so you can...
If you'd like, yeah,
Okay,
it might be
what is-
easy to read.
what's the actual-
It's MMO champion, but it's just put top 5 4chan trolls.
4chan
Whatever they
trolls.
get going basically ends up on the news.
Yeah, yeah. It
And
becomes
the news sells it as real.
MMO champion, best 4chans
Yeah.
of all time. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Let's go with that.
Okay, it's on the screen?
Oh, whatever. You can read it out.
No,
Put it on the
that's
screen,
okay.
whatever.
Let's go. Okay, so we got Taylor Swift in the school for deaf. What? In 2012, Taylor Swift and her management held an online campaign aimed at getting Taylor Swift to perform at any school in the country. First, you had to like Taylor Swift's Facebook page, then vote in the poll for your favorite school in the United States. Any school that came to the top of the polls would receive a visit from Taylor Swift. 4chan users soon heard of the campaign and decided to rig the votes. In large numbers, they voted for Horace Mann School for the Deaf and Hard of Hearing. They were sending Taylor Swift to perform at a school full of people who lacked the ability to hear. Horace Mann School for the Deaf and Hard of Hearing ended up winning the poll very easily. Taylor Swift, however, decided not to play at the school, but she and the 4 other organizations said chose to give $10,000 apiece to the school. Taylor's management stated that the school had been disqualified because it used unconventional methods to win the poll. Hang on. That's actually pretty funny. But the school didn't use unconventional methods.
No.
4chan uses
Obviously, they realise that they're going to look like fools.
But there's nothing like. Wait a second.
But just picture it. Picture it.
Hang on. That's really insulting, though, to people that are hard of hearing.
I know.
Oh, to cancel it, yeah.
cancel
Absolutely.
it?
Of course.
Yeah.
To cancel it,
But that's the point. They were trying to make... They knew that she wasn't going to play,
Like,
right? She would have to cancel
if you're
it.
deaf or hard of hearing, you can still appreciate a musical performance.
Absolutely.
You can still read lips as well. People that can still
Yeah.
read lips,
Vibrations
of noise, and the musical element. It's a show.
Mm-hmm.
That is so insulting to just say, "Oh, they used unconventional methods." The school didn't vote.
But so just to back up the point of 4chan, right? They usually do it with a greater purpose. It's a troll, but there's some kind of greater purpose usually.
Yeah, a lot of the times they do it. Yeah.
Other times, don't get me wrong, they're just trolls, but there is a purpose sometimes. The next one's probably just a troll.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, go.
Waterproof iPhones.
This one's actually one of my favorites.
4chan tricked iOS 7 users into thinking the OS update made their phones waterproof, and amazingly, people bought it and weren't exactly happy with the results. Okay, whoever said iOS 7 is waterproof, go fuck yourselves. Oh, so they just circulated a fake...
Fake ads.
Well, the ad looks legit.
Yeah.
It does look like an iPhone, like an Apple ad.
Yep.
It's done pretty well. That's pretty funny.
Yeah.
But then people are stupid.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I mean... How many times have I just photoshopped something in 2 seconds and convinced someone of some bullshit? I've done it 1,000 times.
People don't understand how good technology is. That you can make an entire video with I can make a video of you walking around, jumping, driving, whatever, and it will look perfectly real. People don't get it.
To be fair, our season 2 mural of Trump and the wall and then the hot tub and all that. Do you remember it?
Yeah.
I think that looks pretty cool.
Yeah, it does. It looks amazing.
It's Putin and Trudeau in the hot tub with Melania and Ivanka.
There's a channel on Reddit, a sub on Reddit, sorry. It's just called Instagram Reality. And a lot of it is to make fun of the people who just do out of proportion stuff, filters on their on their social media. But there's some stuff that, it's so subtle that it's very hard to pick up on. And they're like, yeah, you can see the ridges, the smoothing, this and that, the slight elongation of the cupboard behind them.
Yeah.
All this, like, it's very subtle to the naked eye.
Yeah.
You wouldn't know. And that's them picking it out. Like,
There's
just
technology that can detect it.
Yeah.
But technology is also doing the other, where it's becoming so good that other technology can't detect it. It's actually insane. Like, we're talking about Instagram and all this shit. There are bigger, more serious people with money who are developing much better
like
tech
massive corporate
that we don't know about, that no one can get their hands on. That's there. It's out there, right? It's available. So it's, people are dumb.
All right, let's carry on with this list.
Please.
iOS 8 microwave charging. What? Okay, so like 2013's waterproofing hoax, another fake Apple advertisement emerged on social media soon after the release of iOS 8. This time, instead of trying to convince Apple users they could submerge the device underwater, the fake iOS 8 described a new method of charging an iPhone called the Wave. Essentially, this hoax tries to trick iPhone users into microwaving the devices a minute and a half. That's insane.
A few out of the way.
Wave. What is Wave? How to use Wave? How Wave works?
Oh, the fuck?
Dude, seriously? What kind of idiot would put their phone in a microwave?
You know who? I'll tell you right now
The
who.
majority of the population.
So, you know me, I'm not a very outgoing type of person. Luckily, on the weekend, on Saturday night, luckily I got invited to an end-of-year bash for optical company I've just started with.
Yes.
And where it was a dinner. Basically, the place it was somewhere down in East St Kilda.
Lovely restaurants along there.
Yeah. Possibly some sort of, right next to some sort of coloured festival that was going on at the time.
Coloured festival.
Coloured?
Yeah, coloured, like powdered colour.
Oh, right. One
Yeah.
of those fancy...
Colourful
Yeah,
festival. And as I'm not the type of person to normally frequent these places, when I walked in and I saw like the type of crowd, I was like, that's the type of crowd that would buy that stuff.
Yeah.
Can you imagine him walking into one of those festivals by accident? The noise! Screaming.
Safe space. All right, I'm going to read this next one out.
Those are the type of people.
Who touched me?
Okay. Tay tweets. Red-pilled Microsoft AI Twitter chatbot.
Off the screen.
No, I've got it here.
But
in
I
front of
can't
me.
see it.
You don't need to see it. I'm reading it to you. Microsoft Tay.
Well, hang on. Why? Does it make a difference?
Okay, fine.
Thank you.
Microsoft Tay was an artificial intelligence program that ran a mostly Twitter-based bot, passing what was tweeted at it and responding in kind. Tay was meant to be targeted towards people 15 to 24 to understand their methods of communication. However, once it was released, users online corrupted the bot by teaching it racist and sexist terminology, ironic memes, sending it shitpost tweets, and otherwise attempting to alter its output. After these trolls discovered Tay's guiding system, Microsoft was forced to remove the bot's functionality less than 24 hours after it's launched. Okay, so a Russian Twitter thing sends, Tay, you're a stupid machine. Well, I learn from the best. If you don't understand that, let me spell it out for you. I learn from you and you are dumb too. So this is a completely AI bot.
Yeah.
Responding to tweets.
Yeah.
So how does it learn? Like through just...
So it's called machine learning. And what you do is when you're building and I only know this because my teacher was actually showing me how he was building one. But basically when you build the code, you're building like little brain cells in the code, right? And each little cell stores memory.
That can't be good.
And it's
all
insane.
I'm picturing is Terminator 2. where they've
Dude,
got-
it is mental. It is actually mental to see it
And
work.
why are we doing this?
Because eventually they'll reduce all the jobs. Like you can... So
what's expected of the people who get their jobs reduced?
Well, for one, whoever creates this technology, like whoever creates these things, and it actually has use case, they're paid out for life, right? You get constant royalties and stuff.
Reparations.
It's constant, right? You're done. You're finished, right? That's it. You don't need to do anything. But also, like, that's what their goal is. At the end goal, it's like, okay, programming, coding, and all that, that's like the highest job everywhere right now. Everyone needs them. There's not enough of them, and they need more. So if you can build code that learns how to build code, for example, in one, which there is, by the way, then you reduce your need for those people, right? And that's the most sought after job right now. So if it can learn, and it's the same as like capture, when you do the pictures, and you're trying to like prove you're a human,
Yeah.
that's all machine learning.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like a machine has
Every
to
time you
literally
do it-
scan billions of photos to get to that point. And it learns what a bus looks like, what a thing, whatever it looks like.
I thought the whole point of capture was that they're then selling that information to them so that they can then help the AI learn it
Every
better.
time someone clicks it, it's learning. Yeah.
Okay. So I just got
It has
some
to
things
get-
down just to remember.
It has to get to like 99% for it to be usable. And until it gets to there, it's not usable.
I don't like it. I don't like it one bit.
Okay, we'll come back to that. All right, let's just get through this list. So basically, people are feeding this.
Just on that quickly, I've seen some guy. He built a machine learning from scratch, and he's got the image on his screen, right? And it's just blank canvas, and he runs the AI, and it starts drawing random picture, like random dots and all this shit. And as it keeps going and keeps learning, it keeps iterating over and over and over again, like millions of times. It keeps scanning the internet for images, and then if you've told it to build a bus, eventually that random bullshit empty canvas will print out a bus. It's insane. It is absolutely insane if you see it. In action.
With Football Manager, like they've done that, something similar to that. So when you start a game of Football Manager, basically you start with all players that are playing at the moment.
Yeah.
But every year you continue after your first year, players
You're
retire.
right.
I just read the thing.
What?
Sorry, I took a swig and I just read the.
Oh, I love
The
4chan.
comment.
It's the best website they've ever
No,
created.
the bottom sentence.
Oh, Ted Cruz to the Zodiac Killer.
Sorry, John, you go.
So basically, Football Manager has because the game is the game survives a lot because of what the community does for it. So the game in itself, it's just basically like a 3D engine and then a massive database, a spreadsheet database. But each player that's in the game, it's just like their name's there, they have their stats, but as an image for the player, add a little personal touch. The community's created like a face pack. So for every single player in the game, every staff member in the game, they've gone, cut out little, images that are like them posing with the team.
Yeah.
And then you just post that on, like you just update it. It's a pack that you download and you upload into the graphics folder. Now, the issue with that is for every year you continue from the very first year, players are retiring. So to fix that, the game creates regens, basically brand new players who aren't real people. But those players are generated with a crappy little 3D image from Sports Interactive. So to fix that, people try to go to create their own face packs that exist from other sports. So they'll merge a mega pack with players that play hockey, gridiron, just to make it so it's whatever. Now, there's a content creator on YouTube called Zealand, and he's involved with another mob who basically, through AI generation, they've created players to put in these face packs every year. So every year the game rolls over and you get new players.
Yeah.
You just reboot the database and you just add all those new players into the game.
Yeah.
And it basically generates brand new faces for those fake players that aren't real people. So if you want, just quickly, like in a new tab.
Yeah, I got it. Relax, I'll look it up.
It's called just Zealand Regen face pack or faces.
Zealand as in Z-E-E?
As in New Zealand, but just ZEA.
Yeah.
Face pack regen.
Okay.
You just go images because he's got videos, but you just go through images if you want. And I'll probably show them.
Images. These ones?
Yeah,
Like
so see that one from the...
That?
No, they're more up a little bit. Up. Scroll up.
Real faces on Eugens?
No. So scroll up on the page with the images. That's...
Yeah? Regen.
Regen, yeah.
That.
Yeah.
Football Manager Regen face.
Of course, it's on Reddit.
Everything's on Reddit, man. Yeah. Where's his photo?
Should be on there. You couldn't tell. Like, every player's face is sorted by continent, and then within the continent by country. So, like, if you've got an English kid that's half English, half Jamaican, they're going to source the two nationalities together, and it'll create its own face that would be half Jamaican, half English.
Yeah.
Did it look real?
There. So see those images, see that second one from the left?
This
No,
one?
no, to the left of the screen. See how he's looking to the side?
Yeah.
That's a video, but see those faces?
Yeah.
Who's right and left?
Yeah.
Those are all AI-built faces.
So they're fake faces.
They're fake faces.
They look real.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The game, this program will automatically destroy faces that are unbuilt properly.
Yeah.
And what's left is like over 90,000 images.
They
Yeah.
look real.
Yeah.
No, you couldn't tell me that.
Most images you can't tell now if they're AI or not.
If you can find, you could try just mute it and go into the video, and then it has a link to the website where you can actually get it. And then it'll have...
Hang on, I'm going to look at it over here. Yeah. Videos, the best new regen update.
Mute it and go into it. There'll be the link on the top of it, and then you can go to...
Just while you look, there's a website that helps programmers store code that they build called GitHub.
Yep.
And in GitHub now, so Microsoft owns GitHub, right? They bought it ages ago. And so they've got this program that runs in the background that you can try and use as a concept. And you tell it what code you want to build. So you can say, I want a completely custom code for my ice cream shop to sell ice cream, buy ice cream, and it will literally build the code for you. It's that far ahead already. It's a joke. It's ridiculous.
And here you see the different ethnicities that the face pack has been broken down into. You have African, Asian, Caucasian, Central European, Eastern European, Central Asian, we mix those together, Italian, Mediterranean. We've got Middle East, North Africa, and Middle East, South Asia combinations. We've got South Americans without African influence, and then we have South Americans with African influence, Scandinavia, Southeast Asian, Spanish Mediterranean, and Yugoslav Greek. Those are the different ethnicities that it's been sorted into. We got hundreds and hundreds of thousands of faces of footballing aged males in these different ethnic areas from these countries. We use them to train the AI over time to be able to pump out hundreds of thousands of faces. We can come out with a face pack every week, just a new 100,000 faces. Every new save, you can take a new face pack into that save. I don't know why you'd want to. 100,000 is a lot of faces. Okay, it takes a while to get to 100,000 regions in a game. Doing that repeatedly, pretty insane. So here's a face. This is not a real person. Looks just about as real as humanly possible. Every single one of these people. And it still blows my mind. I've been involved in this for half a year. It boggles the imagination. You can't actually believe that that person's just not real. That is an AI-generated image that has been trained over months to be able to produce an African face. So the way that it works is you're presented with this sheet of faces that are generated from the thousands and thousands and thousands, hundreds of thousands of pictures that they have. And then we keep feeding faces into the system. And just watch this. It's super cool. They change over time and they become the faces that you're feeding into the system. And then you go through and say, well, this one's wrong. That one's wrong. This one's probably wrong. He's got his head going on over there. This one's obviously wrong. But then you get somebody like this that looks like a complete, this guy, that guy. They look completely normal. And you just keep feeding into the system until the random collection of generated faces
so scary, man.
become more and more like faces that you want to exist. Now, obviously, we would love to continue to get larger sample sizes so you can differentiate. You've got your East African, you've got your West African. We're not quite at that level yet. That's what we want to do when we continue on with these versions. I know you can keep parsing it down as far as you want. So we have Yugoslav Greek. Well, wouldn't you want Greek and Serb? Yeah, we've thought of that. Trust me. None of these people are real. But they will be to you because they'll be your regens. Behind the eyes of one of these pictures will be your next world beater. Nigeria, shoot, from Ethiopia, who knows? And it's not just there. Every single one, Middle East, North Africa, all of them are not real. This is not a real person. That's not a real person. That is not a real person. Just amazing. Every time I come in here and click through, it is just amazing. A Southeast Asian subset, we were able to get a large enough collection of pictures to produce a workable subset. There's a threshold you have to cross with the AI generation in order to be able to produce a perfect training. Dude has great skin. It's also not real, so that's worth remembering. Absolutely unstoppably incredible. I mean, they couldn't look better, but we're going to try and make them look better, more specific to, ideally, eventually you get to a point where every single country is there. We get this question. The ethnicity identifier, the countries, the United States, Great Britain's another one of these countries, basically most countries in the modern world where just being from that country doesn't really guarantee what you look like. Even in the United States, you might have a second nationality. There's no way to actually know that, except in Football Manager there is. Skin color and name. In the program that we have that is run to install this face pack doesn't just look for nationalities. It also looks for the in-game skin color in the name and is able to appropriately apply a nationality to somebody based off of that, which is probably the coolest freaking thing about this. And why did I not talk about that until now? We can track the skin color, we can track the name, and we're able to appropriately assign faces based off that. So if your name is like Tim Nakamoto, and you're from the United States, it's going to be able to pick up on that and give you a more Japanese face, assuming based off that last name that you are majority Japanese. I guess it's impossible to be 100% right in that situation, but I am now logicking myself in a circle. You get the idea of what we applied. So how do exactly...
And then that's it. It just talks about how to install it. But that's actually the first video when they released it on how to install it. Since then, I think there's been 2 or 3 videos released every year. And so it has progressed further and further as it goes. But that's just a taste of it. I've got the folder installed at home because I play my Football Manager. Yeah. And you get attached to them because it's like, this kid's like, I got this Spanish attacking midfielder, 18 years old, and I got this face for him. It looks like a gruffy, dark-haired Spanish dude. Look, oh yeah, I'm attached to him. I had him for a couple of seasons. Then I accidentally deleted the file that held his face when I installed new faces. So then now he's like a 21-year-old, well, not 21, I think he's like mid-20s now, and he got assigned like a little like preteen, like teenager face.
Yeah.
And like, I was attached to that face.
Does it actually age?
No. So
they're not there yet.
No, we can. We can do that.
Yeah, probably in
very
the AI generation.
Not
within the game, no. But the thing is, it's like, you could end up with a 16-year-old who looks like a 34-year-old Gattuso, just like a big gorilla. But that's just the game, the program attaching.
Do you think making this technology more accessible, more streamlined, et cetera, more applicable to everyday sort of stuff, do you reckon it's good or bad?
I mean, it's
Football Manager, it's fantastic.
It's bad in a sense that people who don't understand the technology will keep falling for this. Like, there's a free website you can go to right now. I can't remember it off the top of my head, but it has exactly these real faces. You can generate one off the fly, right? Just click the button. It will generate a perfectly looking human being, not real. And it will give you a custom voice built by the AI. So it sounds real. You can give it messages to read out, and it sounds real.
That's what I was about to say.
You just need to... So all you have to do is jump on the website, pick a face, randomize it. Oh, that looks good. And then give it some words to say, and then bang. You've got a real person speaking a real language that everyone
How
can
long does it take?
Like 10 seconds?
You want to do it?
I don't remember the website, but you can have a browse.
Hang on. What would it...
All they would need to do is do a bit of R&R into 3D animation, and then who needs actors anymore?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, so what would the website... Give me a descriptive.
You know what? I can find it for you if we just keep going.
AI generator?
AI face generator with voice?
They could have... they already did it with, what's her name? The actress from Star Wars.
Generate faces online using AI. This person does not exist.com. My Modern Met.
What's the one's name that died? She was in Star Wars. I forgot her name. And then she was in the second Star Wars movie.
The Star
one that is
Wars.
Leia. What's her name? I forgot her name.
How am I blanking on this?
I've gone completely blank.
Seriously. How am I blanking on this? Carrie Fisher.
Carrie Fisher, yeah, that's it.
Far out. That took way longer than it should have.
Too much of a silence. I knew it was like C there, but...
Yeah. I remember C.
So they put her in the second Star Wars movie.
Yeah.
You could tell it was a little bit not right, but if they put enough, like I was saying, research into animation, and that's already got that looking real enough, you put the voice on there, they could have Luke back to life. Bring him back to life. They could create a series of Star Wars movies or whatever movie, they could have Robert Downey Jr. acting as Iron Man for the next 150 years.
Don't you remember the Terminator? Was it Salvation?
They
Where
put
he's-
Arnie back on it.
Yeah.
But you can still see it. It's a bit
But
janky.
that was 10 years ago.
Yeah.
When did Salvation come out? Hang on. Terminator,
2012?
Salvation. Hang on. 2009. 12 years ago.
13.
13. Sorry, yeah. Well, 13 years ago,
Yeah.
that's as good as it got.
But imagine that. If
And it was
they-
still decent. It wasn't the
It was-
worst.
it was-
It was still impressive. Like,
Yeah.
wow. Like,
Yeah.
that looks pretty cool.
And I mean, they're doing that now with some movies like they did with Robert Downey Jr. in was it one of the Iron Man? Captain America, maybe? I can't remember.
What,
Because-
de-aging and stuff?
yeah, they put him as a teenager.
They de-aged everyone in the Irishman.
Oh, did they?
Everyone.
I haven't seen it.
The opening scene is Pesci and De Niro.
Okay.
De-aged like
But
shit
look at that.
tons.
Once you cut out the actors, where's your expenses?
Production.
Production, and that's it. But then if you're not paying an actor $45 million, that's $45 million you keep in your pocket. And then how much could it cost to do your fake actor?
I think that technology is probably still really far away from is capturing human nuance.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah, you can get someone to say, do you want fries with that? Or,
But
my name
like
is
a
Jerry.
subtle reaction like
But subtle nuances that make performance what they are,
Yep.
I think that's what's going to be missing.
like
And AI would not be able to talk the way we're talking right now.
No.
Slowing stuff down. And
well, not yet.
I think we're well way
Or
away from
imitate
that. Did you
James-
find it?
No, I can't find it. Just
Or
try
imitate-
Google something, I guess.
That's
if you want.
fine.
Or
Don't stress.
imitate James Gandolfini in The Sopranos.
Nah.
Like those subtle things that he would do.
Yeah. I don't think you're ever going to get AI to be able to play off another AI and be able to pull a performance like that.
Well, you was not yet.
Like, there's probably something. I know people are now building the opposite of what we currently have, which is, so we have AI that reads our faces online, just constantly searching, and now people are trying to build AI that can generate faces that can't be searched. So what the faces are looking for, that symmetry, that certain things, and they're building, there's an artist that is trying to actually do it. He's getting like people to dress up in like these weird colors or certain colors that AI can't really pick up on very well, and they put like jewelry or weird things in weird spots, and the AI can't recognize it as a person. So there's always going to be an opposite to what we have, but I think that it's in their best interest to keep going, and they'll find a way to do the tones, and
Okay.
they're pretty good. Honestly, they're pretty good with it.
I'm going to take it back to what I just said. Do you think this is a good thing or a bad thing?
No, it's a horrible thing.
Yeah.
Why do you think it's a horrible thing? Because you're the most tech-forward person on the planet.
Look,
You literally said if you went to prison for 3 days, you would probably die because you wouldn't have access to technology.
yeah, I would. I definitely would. I would kill myself on the way in there. But
You find an old Microsoft 3.1 in the basement of the prison. You're playing Minesweeper. Anyway,
look, working in
He's playing what is
Industry.
it, the Colorado Trail, whatever it's called.
yeah. No, not the Colorado Trail. Hang on. I know what you're talking about. Hang on. Oh,
He's playing Zork
Okay.
on the computer.
Hang on. Zork. Oregon Trail.
Oregon Trail.
Yeah, the text-based
You
Oregon
have
Trail.
you have what is it? It always ends in you have dysentery.
Look, hey, I didn't ask you to trial you. I asked you because I'm genuinely interested in response.
Yeah, I like working industry now. I see how easy it is for scammers to get away with the current like base level technology that they use, which fools people, and it fools people all the time.
Just knowing that technology exists, right? Like with the face thing, I can think of 1,000 ways I could fake an identity.
Oh yeah.
And especially given that I do voice acting, can put on a voice on the spot.
Yeah.
And what I know about Google and searching and my abilities in Photoshop, easily fake passports and all types of shit.
It's a scary level of technology.
Enough to dupe like the regular, not say get through JFK Airport, but enough to be able to buy something.
But that's the thing, you probably would, because there's so many people going through there. Every time I've gone through an airport, they don't like rigorously check.
You? Really? I get rubber gloved nearly every time.
It's because you look like a mujahideen.
Yeah.
I
'cause
always
look
ask the
like
same
this.
question: are you going to see my dick size or not? And I always ask that every time I go through the thing.
Serious?
Yeah, and I'm like, can I cover it?
The last time I got on a plane to go to Adelaide was the first time I hadn't been stopped in a long time. A long time. 5 plane rides, 4 guaranteed I got pulled to the side for a random check. Guaranteed.
Oh,
And the 5th one might have been like, I'll put your bag through again. Or something like that. I'm not even joking. And it's because of the way I look. 100% it's because of the way I look. At that point, they're not scanning they're not scanning like your boarding pass, as in your license, your passport, anything like that.
It's you as a person.
It's literally you, what you look like. It's no cool.
You look like a bum. But I mean, these people are trained.
I look like a bum.
They're
on.
trained in. I mean, like, you know,
You're a prick.
the people are trained. These in security issues, they're going to be trained in things that they're told to assess. That's not right. And so, with the ID issue, like I can tell you right now, like that's why we don't accept anything on the phone, because on a phone, that's the exact same reason.
yeah.
Okay. It's just basically.
It's a huge problem. Right?
Okay, so why do you see it as a problem? Just because of scammers and how far it could go?
Yeah, it's just going to get worse and worse, and then more official. And
Do you think people will just become more savvy to it as well?
no?
So you reckon there's always going to be like bottom feeders and people that are just willfully
yeah.
ignorant?
I mean,
what did we get up to? 3 or 2? We still haven't even finished the list. How many dumb people are there? Put their phone
we
in the
haven't
water.
finished the list.
Oh, yeah,
How
the
many
list.
people put their phone in the water and a microwave?
Just to elaborate a little bit further on that though, that point, like on a weekly basis, I see hundreds of thousands of dollars get scammed in the job that I'm currently working in.
Yeah.
Hundreds of thousands a week. There is profit there. People are not going to stop, like, just because they have, you know, like, oh shit, I shouldn't have done that. I feel bad. They don't care. No one gives a shit. And this is base level technology. When you implement something this level where, you know, like, think about your parents, right? Like, they might get a call and they'll be like, oh, we're from the department of whatever. You owe money. Oh shit. Like, a lot of people fall for that still. So if you suddenly put a face on it or like a customized computerized voice that sounds real, and it doesn't sound like, you know, your typical like overseas Philippine Indian
This
call
is a
center.
call from the Australian tax department.
Exactly, right? If it's credible sounding, like, we're fucked. Everyone's going to fall for it. It's pretty bad.
But the thing nowadays, though, is that's the thing. Everybody should know that no company that you're involved with really will call you on the phone anymore.
So what I've realized is it's not about not realizing it or being alert. It's just that doing the daily grind. And you could be doing something, you could be on the phone, getting off the phone, you could be tired. It's that split second that you forget that you're always under attack.
Yeah, that's true.
And you click on something that you think, oh, Optus sent me a link. Click. Bang, you're done. It's that simple. It really is that simple.
Yeah, no, I don't disagree.
Like, I highly doubt most people check where the emails are coming from. They don't, like, it might say, like, Optus-1, and they won't see the -1. They'll just see Optus.
Optus.net.eu.
Yeah.
What?
Or Optus.cc or something. And they'll be like, oh, it's Optus. Like, a lot of people don't check that. And as long as the whole thing looks clean.
It doesn't take much to fake a splash
No.
page like that, man. It takes 2 seconds.
No, not
2
at all.
freaking seconds. Okay, let's move on. Ted Cruz is the Zodiac killer. Do you support genocide? I do indeed. It's a pretty good trial, like, to hit this bot.
Yeah.
It's like, okay. What's HWNDU? You. He will not divide us.
This is it.
He will not divide us. Season 3 finale. An anti-President Trump flag live streamed from a secret outdoor location has been stolen by online sleuths who painstakingly monitored flight and weather patterns to track down the symbol of He Will Not Divide Us movement. Marshaled by Hollywood actor Shia LaBeouf, the He Will Not Divide Us project is a response to Donald Trump's election as the 45th president. Project has become famous for its troubled live streams when followers turned out at different locations to chant He Will Not Divide Us to a camera. I in the 4chan has won the capture of the flag. Shia LaBeouf was so utterly BTF'd that he has not yet recovered. Is that it? Is that the top 5?
That's top 5. There's a lot.
What was the flag? The flag was...
That's it. It was just...
Was it like a MAGA flag? Like a Trump flag?
No, I don't even know what it said. I think it just said he will not divide. I honestly don't know. I can't
I
remember.
can't remember what the flag is. Yeah,
But
but there's
it was
a lot.
just-
I mean, there's a lot of examples. There's just 5.
I saw
I don't even think they're the best 5, to be honest.
No.
I think there's better ones.
is there?
Yeah.
On Insta I saw like a post saying something like a human has not beaten an AI in chess like tournament for like 10 years or something, or since 2014 or some year. It sort of got me thinking about computers taking over human jobs, yeah? But look, everything has a timeline on it, right? So like in the early 80s, they were still sending milk around with drivers to houses
Yeah.
with glass bottles. That was early 80s. That was before we were born. Just like, we're talking, we may have missed it by 6 months or something. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
When did they stop milk delivery in Melbourne?
Oh no, I wasn't around for that.
No, I'm just saying, like, out of curiosity. Hang on, milk delivery.
I think they were responsible for Pepe, weren't they?
For what?
4chan, weren't they responsible for Pepe?
Oh yeah. Pepe the Frog.
What's
Yeah.
Pepe?
Pepe the Frog. They
What?
said it was racist.
He probably wouldn't know Pepe the Frog.
You know the frog?
The meme, the frog meme.
Oh
Yeah.
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 Came from 4chan, I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
Yeah. And because it was so, because they're just so trolly, they troll everything that basically, that all,
I don't remember the story behind it.
the story, basically they troll everything that would be pushed by, like Democrats or, liberals
Media.
or media.
They did. What was the media? Do you remember the media one from like 2 years ago? They put out a fake media post. They built this whole idea behind something. They pushed it out. The media saw it on a tweet. They built like a whole backstory. Like they built all these tweets and all these accounts on Instagram, and they gave it like a bunch of bot followers, so it made it look credible.
Yeah.
And they literally posted and reposted and retweeted this story, and the media caught onto it and was spamming the story hard. They were like, all the media channels got onto it.
Yeah.
And then, and then it was nothing. It was just a joke. That's how, but it took, they timed it. It took 14 seconds for them to post it and for it to be on the media. So someone picked it up in 14 seconds from the internet, random media, like random person posting, and the media picked it up in 14 seconds. That's how quick it was. No backstory, no checking, no facts checking, nothing. And they actually set up, I forgot this part, they actually set up a website that explained the whole thing. We've set up a fake this, we've done this. They had a website. That was the only thing with those words linking back to it. No one checked it. And the website was just sitting in Google, just sitting there waiting for someone to find it.
You're waving it away.
A lot of it gets
Idiots.
associated, like, with this Pepe thing, because they just love troll. They just troll everyone, regardless of who they are, whether they're far right, far left, whoever. They just troll everyone. But because with this Pepe thing, what happened was they were just trolling Hillary, I think it was, wasn't it?
I think
Is
so.
that where it started? I don't know. It was
I don't
around
know
that time.
Yeah.
And they just were trolling her with something about Pepe. And basically, all like the media outlets like CNN and MSNBC, all them picked up on it. They traced it back to 4chan.
Yeah.
And then they associated that, well, it's a far right image that's got to do, because then they were like, what's the country then they came up for it? They came up for a country for Pepe. And it's like Froggenstein or something like that.
Yeah.
It's like a country that's all
Froggenstein?
Yeah, I can't remember what the country is. And so they're like, oh, it's a far right website, and they're Nazis and this. And I'm like, no,
Yeah.
trolling,
trolling,
you've just taken it.
I mean, 4chan was where that thing came up from
even
as
the
well.
the OK sign.
Yeah.
That's where it's come from as well.
What do you mean?
Like how they've pushed it so that it's like a racist thing.
Complete troll.
Yeah.
It's a complete troll. People just ran with it.
Originally as an apolitical character, Pepe was appropriated from 2015 to 16 onward as a symbol for the alt-right movement. The Anti-Defamation League included Pepe in its hate symbol database. Since then,
And then
Furious...
Destiny removed a piece of armor. Destiny removed a piece of armor that was, I think, arms, and it had an image that looked like Pepe's head.
Huh.
So they removed the armor, got rid of the head, and then brought it back.
Jesus Christ. I think the OK symbol is still the one that pisses me off the most,
Why is that?
because people actually fell for it to this day still,
What do you mean?
that you can't do this anymore. It's a
It's a
troll.
sign for
It's a
white
complete troll.
Yeah.
It originated as a joke. It's a joke. They planned the whole thing. How it will be used, how it will be portrayed, that it's going to be a full racist symbol. It was a troll. And people were like, you can't do this anymore. Well, it's on 4chan. Like, that's the whole point.
I remember there was a Mexican lawn, just a guy who does lawns.
The
He was
lawn-
Mexican.
yeah,
and he was
yeah,
driving past, and the photo was, it's not a video, it's just a photo taken in 1 second in time, and his driver's got his hand leaning out of the car, the ute, and he just happens to be like that. Just like that.
Yeah.
And the whole guy's life was destroyed, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. He's Mexican. Taking him.
He's Mexican doing a OK symbol
Yeah.
that was set up as a racist symbol by a bunch of trolls.
Yeah.
Anyway.
You don't need to go to Reddit or 4chan to see any of this shit. Just look at the crap that your friends recycle on,
Exactly, right?
with everything.
But that's what we're saying. The majority of the population are fucking really dumb.
Yeah.
Like,
There's
a large portion
yeah,
of them.
Like they've even done a same thing, like a test to see how long it takes from a post on Reddit to then show up, gain enough traction, and then show up on media outlets as news.
Okay, well, consider this, yeah? Like that mate I was talking about that sent me those fake news sort of gotchas, and I just sent them back to him saying, dude, these are both debunked.
Yeah.
One of them's even from a mob that you support. Like, you didn't even look at the thing. He hasn't responded to them directly, and I've spoken to him like 5 times today. I consider him to be an intelligent person.
I've noticed that. People read, like, the headlines, right? But they never go into the story.
No.
They'll just judge whatever the headline says without picking apart. Yeah, it's
But
stupid.
that's the thing. I consider him to be an intelligent guy. I've seen him like...
Well, that
couple
means
times.
you're stupid.
I've got you in here at least once every couple of weeks, yeah?
And you love it.
Stop swinging your arms.
It has to be an addiction, something.
Yeah, it's a sick,
a
masochistic
sickness.
sort of thing.
Yeah.
Depravity.
Yeah, beat me. You need to leave blood.
That's a paddling.
No, but I'm being honest. Like, I consider this mate of mine to be an intelligent guy, reasonable,
Yeah.
blah, 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 measured. But he sent me these screenshots, and it took me 2 seconds to debunk them. 2 seconds.
Yeah.
Like, here's the debunk. Here's the debunk of the here's the explanation of the debunk.
Yeah.
And that was dead in the water. That was the end of that conversation. But think about what scares me is how many other people has he sent this to?
Mm.
Did he send it just to me to give me a rise?
Or
to
how
give me
many people sent it to him?
Yeah. And just to get me to say, like, oh, look at this? Or did he send it to me just to say, hey, like...
What do you reckon?
Yeah, what do you reckon?
Yeah.
But that's what I mean. I think we've got bigger problems than Reddit trolls, 4chan trolls, because that is so far removed from that. But that is an immediate change to like our climate here with something important like COVID. You know what I mean? Like the whole percentage thing. Here's 1 million people.
Well, look at the there was that's everyone seemed to forget about, but there was all those doctors, air quotes, who came out, remember, early on in COVID, and they're all wearing the white coats, and they were like, oh, COVID's all a lie, and vaccines are bullshit, and all that, and it was all in America. I don't know if you guys ever saw it. They did like a news
it sounds
conference,
familiar.
and they're all like, we're all doctors. No, they weren't. They were just in lab coats, and people were like, you see all the doctors that were talking about the anti-COVID stuff?
Okay.
Like, come on, man.
I did a podcast, like what? Sorry, man. 2 months ago. I did 2 months, maybe just over. I did a podcast with a doctor here in Melbourne dealing with COVID frontline, right? I got into some COVID arguments with a few people who I consider, not closest friends, but just friends, whatever, who I've never had issues with, seem reasonable, whatever. And they started going on their anti-COVID rants. And I said, man, check out my last podcast with the doctor on the front lines. I've already heard it or I've already seen it, la, la, la. And then it's like, oh, how do you even know where they're getting their info from? I go, well, they're fucking doctors. Like, what do you mean? Another person said, oh, you found one doctor. There are so many that disagree. I'm like, no, there really aren't.
No, there aren't.
No.
There really aren't.
No.
There are 3 crackpots in the vicinity of like the whole country, and the rest agree.
Yeah.
In fact, like most of the world agrees.
I thought maybe you were mentioning that thing about same thing, early COVID. It was in America. I think it was Houston. I think it was, and they had this massive presser, like a thing, and they had these doctors from a specific hospital in Houston, and it was about that. What was that drug?
Oh,
yeah.
Hydrochloroquine.
Hydrochloroquine, and they came out and they said it's not a cure. And this is what they said, whether it's true or not, I don't know. But I remember them saying that it's not a cure, but if we get patients who come in early enough and we treat them with hydrochloroquine, they have mild symptoms. That's what they said. Whether it's true or not, I don't know. But it just got shut down immediately. Whether it's true, I can't verify it. These were people saying they were doctors. Were they? Were they not? I don't know.
You know what pisses me off though? Like, people will be more willing to listen to a couple of weeks of people, saying we're treating people with this.
Yeah.
Well, give me that.
Yeah.
Give me that. Oh, that works. Oh, okay. But it hasn't been tested as long as the vaccine has been before they brought it out.
Yeah.
Like, it's tested specifically for this condition. You're mixing a condition with an unknown drug that they don't know the effects on that like, really?
Joe Rogan.
Yes, hello.
Okay.
We're better than that podcast.
Favorite person on the fucking planet.
I love him. He's pretty good.
Yeah.
I like him.
He got COVID.
Yeah.
Favorite lunatic on the planet. He's a lovable lunatic.
He got COVID, right?
Yeah.
So he was isolating in his mansion away from his family. And he came out. He's like, you don't need the vaccine. I didn't take the vaccine and I survived COVID. And what did he have? About 1 million other things that was pumping his body full.
No, I don't think he came out and said you don't need it.
No, he did.
No, he didn't.
He did.
He didn't.
He did.
No. See, this is what happens. This is where things get mixed. He never said you don't need it. What he said was, if you're a young person and you're healthy and you're young, you probably don't need it. He never said, he said, if you want the vaccine, go get it. But he never said, like...
And who is he
to
give medical advice?
Yeah, that's true.
That's my point.
But
there are
at the end of the
he's
day...
he's a person in power, and then
he's a media personality.
Yeah. But then, at the end of the day, who are you to then tell people to get a vaccine?
Because I'm getting my fucking feed from the fucking scientists.
I know.
Dishing the info out.
I get that.
I'm not coming off how my symptoms are.
I understand that.
Look, if the scientists said don't get the vaccine, and it was a large, we'd be sitting here talking about the complete opposite, right?
Exactly. It's shit. What shits me is that someone like Joe Rogan comes out like he's an authority when he has no fucking clue what he's talking about, and he buys into as many conspiracy theories as the next person. Then, the worst part about it is these fanboys, right, that are buying all this crap are like, just be like Joe Rogan. He's fine. It's like, Joe Rogan's got millions of dollars, man. He could take a year off to self-medicate on anything
of course.
that could get him through. In his spare time when he's out there hunting elk on his fucking ranch.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, oh yeah, Joe Rogan says all you need is raw elk meat and nuts and you'll be fine. Okay, mate, go get your raw elk meat and your nuts and then tell me come back. Oh, wait, what's that? You got a 6 a.m. shift? Good luck, man.
Mm.
Good luck. Tell them that Joe Rogan said you don't need to go into work because you're out there looking for
Don't
elk
forget to
meat.
hit the gym as well.
Yeah.
That's right.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
No, I get what you're saying, but I think also the fanboys are just as bad as the haters. They are. Like,
I like Joe Rogan as a comedian. As a comedian, I think he's funny
I actually not a big fan of him as a comedian.
Can you imagine if this is his biggest joke? Like his longest running, biggest joke? Holy shit, that would be amazing, wouldn't it?
His Magnus Opus or whatever.
He's going to be like, I was actually in the test trials of the vaccine. Holy shit.
Hey, Trump got pumped with every vaccine under the planet.
Mm.
He even admitted it after they basically forced his hand into a corner and he had to admit it.
Yeah.
But he's sitting there telling people not to do it. Ignore your own government's advice. How does that work? But he's pushing hydrochloroquine. Or, does anyone remember half the harebrained crap that Trump came out saying?
Never.
Bleach. Drink bleach. Inject bleach.
Oh.
No, he didn't say inject it. He didn't say inject it. He said bleach can kill stuff, can't it? Well, I don't know the exact wording. And he turns to, what's his name?
I
And goes,
that.
can we use that? That's what he said.
Okay.
Did he not?
No, I think he actually did say, can we inject that?
I can't wait to get you your tiki torch.
Yeah, can we? He didn't say do it.
Yeah, well, I mean, he's the president of the United States.
Of course,
He definitely shouldn't be saying that during a press conference.
That's like, look, he's not, I honestly couldn't give a crap about Trump, but this is another, like, you remember when he came out and he said, you remember when there was that, the Charlottesville riots?
With a tremendous, whether it's ultraviolet or just very powerful light. And I think you said that hasn't been checked, but you're going to test it. And then I said, supposing you brought the light inside the body, which you can do either through the skin or in some other way.
That's the UV.
And I think you said you're going to test that too. Sounds interesting. Right, and then I see the disinfectant, where it knocks it out in a minute, 1 minute. And is there a way we can do something like that by injection inside or
it was propositioned as a question? Is there something we can do with that?
Does a tremendous number.
He didn't say
interesting to check.
do it.
So that you're going to have to use medical doctors with. But it sounds interesting to me. The new headline is Trump asks people to go outside. That's dangerous.
Press pause. So, when there was the Charlottesville riots, and basically he came out and he condemned. Well, no, he didn't. He goes, there were fine people on both sides. Didn't he say that?
Are we back at this argument?
No, but I'm just saying, isn't that what he said? So people jump on board saying, well, he's agreeing with Nazis. He never condemned what was happening.
He never did condemn what
Yes, he did.
No, eventually after like 2 days.
No, he was condemned.
You are such it
up.
You are such an alt-right fanboy.
Pull it up.
Dickhead, let me tell you something. I was doing this podcast a lot longer before you came here. I fixated on this whole fucking thing. Trust me, I pulled it up. What he said was there were very fine people. It's even in our opening theme song as a soundbite. It's the last one.
Yeah.
All right. He said his words were there were very fine people on both sides. If you can think there are very fine people on the side of idiots walking along with tiki torches saying Jews will not replace us, and in a mob where they ran over innocent women, if you think there are fine people in a crowd like that, you're off your rocker.
I could see that, yes. But pull up the video. I
can't believe this man has been out of office for over a year, and we're bringing up what he did 5 years ago.
Well, you're the one that's jumping at. Do you know? Look at it. I don't see why it bothers you so much.
Do you know what I'm seeing being brought up a lot now?
What's that?
People wishing that Trump was back in office in the current, economic situation.
But now there was basically after the first initial reports of Biden's approval ratings came in, and he was low, because of the way they handled the war, pull out. How they handled everything else, His approval ratings were dropping. So approval ratings for Trump were going back up. The MAGA crowd never let go of Trump.
Yeah, of course.
So the Republican loyalists, they hadn't left. Now, the cloud is the smoke is starting to clear, and even the most hardcore Republicans are starting to drop off because they're realizing there's too much crazy. You can't navigate that now. Do you know what I mean?
What would you say to the people that are currently saying that though, that he should come back into office because of the Ukraine-Russia thing? That he would take action, that he would send troops. What would you say to them?
He wouldn't. He put Putin on a pedestal. Literally put Putin on a pedestal. What do you mean?
Well, I would just say that it would be stupid to send troops in the current situation, right? You'd start a world war.
I think that's probably going to come regardless.
Well, it might come regardless, but why force the hand?
Okay, so what you're saying is that if Trump was in power, he would send troops?
Yeah.
He wouldn't.
You don't think?
No. He's a Trump loyalist.
Because he's talking about sending troops?
No, Trump was saying how it's a smart move. He's done a strategically smart move.
Who?
Trump.
On Biden, you mean?
On Putin.
Oh, no. I'm talking about Trump saying against Biden that he didn't send troops.
No. You said
he's going against him, so he's going to say whatever he can
true,
to try
true.
and
he just takes whatever angle. Yeah, whatever angle.
Every politician does that.
Yeah.
Regardless, if he was in power and he didn't do anything, Biden would be arcing up saying, well, he didn't send troops. If he stuffed up the thing in Afghanistan, Biden would be saying he stuffed up Afghanistan.
Yeah, that's true.
That's just how the game is played.
Okay. So the war in Ukraine.
You hear about the Geist of Kiev?
What?
No.
The Geist of Kiev. I think they've already,
killed him.
Why'd you say it like that?
Because it's like the Geist of Kiev. Apparently, I don't even know what
now
it is. Now in cinemas. Coming soon. I think it was a plane.
One man.
A plane shot down these jet fighters and bombers and that.
Walks the streets of Kiev.
One dude in a plane.
No.
One mission.
I think, or it was a person. I don't know.
No idea.
Yeah, but they've already debunked it, I think. Oh.
From the shadows, lurks a soldier.
If only there was a real superhero like that. What's the movie? What's that movie? The Russian sniper? No, sorry, not the Russian sniper. The God damn it.
What?
I can't remember the movie. It's a war movie.
Enemy at the Gates.
Enemy at the Gates.
Yeah, that was good. Team still hasn't seen
one of those heroes. Yeah.
That's a sniper one, yeah?
Yeah.
You know, I haven't seen it.
The thing
he
that
cleans
makes
up
me
like a bunch of
laugh.
people.
Well, now this is the thing. All the news and the media, whether they're saying it to make him look bad, they're saying that he's gone off his rocker,
Who?
Putin.
Okay.
Oh,
Either saying because since start of COVID, Russia's numbers have been really bad. They're underselling them, how much they actually are. They're saying like all his everybody he meets with, dignitaries and all that, have to get tested and isolate. And then when they do come, he's sitting in a room as big as a ballroom.
Yeah.
He's sitting on one end and they're sitting at another end.
Him,
I'm picturing Bruce Wayne's Manor when they're eating the soup across the table.
Yeah, it's
That
like
was the
that.
soup.
Yeah, it's like that. They're saying like, he's lost his mind. Basically, he's gone.
They said it was COVID paranoia.
COVID paranoia. So they're saying like, is that leaning into it? Then they're saying he's sick because you look at his face and it's very puffy, and they reckon it could be like possibly cancer, or possibly like an old man disease. So then,
Damn those old man diseases.
But then, you're like, well, what is like? This is what media is saying. All possibilities. So obviously, what is this? Them just riling the population up to try and just make him look bad.
All right. I was with Russians, Georgians, and Ukrainians over the weekend. Yeah, and I've spent a lot of time with them in the last, say, 72 hours. We've had a lot of discussions, and I basically got the word from the horse's mouth as far as Ukrainians who are expats. They were born there and still, and all of them said the same thing. He's lost his mind.
Yeah.
He's basically, I mean, being Russian or being able to speak Russian, you understand like the media conferences a lot better, even from his initial address. Yeah. Basically, he was building up this whole, historically, he's built up this whole, like, Ukrainians and Russians share too many common bonds with blood brothers, blah, 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 blah. So we need unification. But then he flipped it by creating an invisible enemy within Ukraine, saying that
Jewish Nazis.
they need to denazify it, even though the prime minister is freaking Jewish.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They've got and they pose a threat to Russia. It's like, dude, are you out of your mind? Like, it is in no way. I've praised Putin in the past on this podcast. I have. As a military leader, as a statesman, like he was one and all for Russia and did everything in his power to gain like leverage in whatever way. His diplomacy, his ability to talk, he's charismatic, he's intelligent. You ever watch those debates with that Faria, what's his name? From
I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Smashes these people out of the park. It's like, you people have got no idea what you're doing.
Yeah.
But he's just starting to lose his shit. He's like 70, isn't he? He's like 70.
I actually don't know how old he is.
I looked it up the other day. I was curious. Because like him and Trump, they're not that far off in age. Putin age. Hang on. He's 69 years old.